Hey guys, Mark Allen, BH Spring Solutions LLC and bhspringsolutions.com, and you see that right. This is not a National Enquirer title at the grocery store stand. This is real. Progressive recoil spring cures blasphemous thinking. So anyway, what is a progressive recoil spring? At BH Spring Solutions, we're talking about the high power pistol. If you normally use a 17-pound recoil spring, we have now a 17-pound progressive recoil spring. This makes your slide easier to rack, and it controls the slide velocity and recoil in a similar way as the 17-pound traditional spring. It just makes your slide easier to rack. And likewise, for you guys that shoot a lot of the higher powered ammunition and would normally use an 18.5-pound recoil spring, we have an 18-pound progressive recoil spring, and in all of our testing, show that on another video, controlled slide velocity and recoil in a very similar way to the 18.5-pound spring, just much easier to rack than the 18-pound progressive spring. So what is this about curing blasphemous thinking? Well, it's right from Neil, our customer. We've taken a little information off of here for privacy for him, but here's what he wrote. Mark, I just received and installed my 18-pound progressive spring into my high power. Let me say, before installing, I was having the blasphemous thoughts of having my slide cut with front serrations to help my old arthritic hands. Well, my friend, not now. After installing, it is much easier to rack, and I have banished those thoughts. I can't wait to shoot. As always, thanks for your friendship and great products and high power education you provide. Yours, Neil. And that was, we get a focus here. This email was received on September 30th. Just to let you see, this is not actually a joke. This is actually the truth. Here's Neil's order. 925. He did in fact get a couple 18-pound progressive recoil springs and a magazine, and then he wrote to us, and so that's the reason we decided. It sounds a little funny, but it's all actually 100% true in Neil's words himself. So a progressive recoil spring can actually cure blasphemous thinking. So ask yourself, can your recoil spring do that? This is a really cool moment for BH Spring Solutions, and the reason is because this is probably the number one question we have gotten from high power users in the last 6 or 7 years is, what can I do to make my slide easier to rack? We have a slide a kit that actually is for that, but this is another solution by addressing the recoil spring. A progressive recoil spring, we may be able to see it right here in this video. You're going to notice these coils at this end of the spring are closer together than the coils at this end of the spring. Closer together coils are going to collapse first. These are what are helping to influence the easier slide rack and still have control of the slide velocity. Reason being is because these coils are backed up by these coils. These coils collapsed last at the back of recoil when you're really needing that extra resistance. And we have these coils that collapse first. These are for specifically for helping make the slide easier to rack. The great thing is in our testing, you just don't sacrifice performance and you don't sacrifice control in order to have an easier slide rack in the high power. Folks, thanks for watching. I'm Mark Allen, BH Spring Solutions LLC and bhspringsolutions.com.